Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. Last we left off, we were helping Jack reconcile a bit more with her past here on Pragia. However, it seems that things weren't quite as she remembered them. Well, either way, we're about to enter this chamber. The cell I believe that she was staying in when she was here. Oh boy. Okay, not the cell, but,
Hey, Aresh. It's Kira. Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk credits. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, we'll put them down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you. Then we'll see.
okay.
I'm on my own.
They've seen us.
Concentrate fire. On fire. Now.
Boy. Come on, help out. Alright. You guys are expecting...
I'll weaken you before I
Stay there.
Is that
My shields are...
Okay, stay under cover. Oh, there's someone behind me! Well, that explains that now, doesn't it? You didn't like that, did you? Alright. Alright.
And stay down.
Okay, and...
Destroy you!
What are you doing? Okay.
Only room left is my old cell. Whoever Aresh is, he's in there. I want to plant the bomb there anyway. Might as well do it on his corpse.
Well, that sounds lovely, and so well adjusted. Alright, just gonna reload a little bit. Never hurts to have plenty of ammo. It never hurts to kind of check around as well. But, yeah. Secure container bypass. Oh boy. I'm always so good at these. I mean, at least I've gotten the majority of them. I think I've only messed up a couple of times over the course of my playthrough here, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not so overly, awesomely proud of my achievements so far. And my little mini panic attack anytime I see one of these things. Alright. So, proceeding onward towards her cell. I was mistaken in how close we were to it.
Come out. We know you're here. Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home.
Huh?
I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Whew, boy.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece.
Rebuilding it?
I'm gonna find out what they knew. How to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
You do the same thing to new kids. Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here the way I did. Batarian pirates. They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
Unfortunately, that's a very real justification for horrific abuse. Where people honestly believe that if they've done such horrible things, they've had to have a good reason. Unfortunately, as Jack points out, that's bullshit.
This place was like a prison. How'd you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something!
Well, no. Sometimes bad things just happen.
We can blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go. Your past doesn't have to control you.
Fuck! Get out of here. Go!
He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
You did the right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different.
Walk with Jack. An opportunity to kind of look around.
I used this table for everything. It was like my best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was pathetic.
No, you weren't.
Sometimes I dream that I'm back in this bed being tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my wrists and try to rip them off. I want to stop coming back here. I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good.
Two-way mirror. Old blood smear.
See the scarring on the wall here? That's where I killed my first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
Yeah. Feel better, do we? I do like that whole sequence, just with them kind of waiting for her to get herself ready for it, the psych up, and then Shepard just sensing when it was time. So, okay, we got quite a bit. We've got some biotic damage, Jack has a new outfit and a power unlocked, we've got her loyalty. We are done with this mission. And hopefully Jack has managed to put some space between her and her past. Or at least reconcile what she knows of it.
Commander, Jack and Miranda are in the middle of a disagreement. Can you head it off before they tear out a bulkhead?
Oh boy.
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures.
Really, Joker?
Touch me and I will smear the walls with you, bitch!
Whoa.
Enough. Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Oh.
Screw you! You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
And this is why it's a good idea to wait until a little bit later in the game to actually finish both of their quests. And I put off Jack's usually until a little bit later because hers has a little bit more dramatic build-up. But yeah, they have a conflict, and unless you have really high either Paragon or Renegade, you can't actually stop them, and actually you can lose the loyalty of whomever you actually do not agree with in this argument, unless you have the high enough Paragon or Renegade. So that's why I waited until this point in the game, you know, just to help anyone else who might be playing along at home, to build up the Renegade or the Paragon enough to actually settle this confrontation without losing either one of their loyalty.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
You both know what we're up against. Save your anger for the collectors.
I can put aside my differences until the mission's over.
Sure, I'll do my part. I'd hate to see her die before I get a chance to fillet her myself.
Fair
You
enough.
two gonna be okay?
It's a good thing you came by when you did. As long as she does her job, we'll be fine. Thanks, Shepard.
And, yeah, so there's that. I do not like what Miranda said to Jack. That was really not an appropriate thing to say to anyone. Well, first things first. I have to make sure that I actually take care of the fishies. I don't want them to die, after all. That just made me sad. Okay, so they're all fed. And since we finished a major mission with one of our companions, let's go have a chat with her. Finally, after all this time, we can descend into the guts of the engineering and be able to talk with Jack. Something that's been kind of missing so far in this game.
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you.
It's not a matter of
You
owing.
don't know what it's like, Shepard. To have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
Yeah, I think that the person who lost her entire family thanks to raiders and then lost everyone thanks to a thresher maw might know something about having that garbage following you. Although it wasn't direct abuse, but the Batarian raid was probably close. I'm guessing.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You'd think it would get easier now that the place is a crater. But what else do I know?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy, but you let Aresh live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that. I'm better than him, and I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone. But I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
You sure about this? I want to do whatever I can to get your head on straight.
Don't get all therapist on me, Shepard. You're not the couch type. I hate that stuff anyway. Bullshit, prison, psych. You did me a favor, and that's enough. More than I expected. I'll keep it together.
Well, that's lovely. Do you still want to talk?
Hey,
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm done talking. Come back later.
What do you think of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a Cerberus bitch. Knew that before she opened her mouth.
Okay.
I should go.
Okay, talk later.
So, she sounds slightly friendlier towards Shepard, But, I mean, you can't actually expect to undo mountains upon mountains of damage just in one mission or one conversation. But, how's it going, Tally?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
Okay.
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
So she doesn't have anything new to say. I don't think... Well, it never hurts to check. I don't think Grunt has much new.
Shepard,
Just checking in. How are you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything. Clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Shepard,
Never hurts to check in with Grunt. He's my baby. Okay, not actually. But kind of. Okay, that's just me being silly. Now, who else... Ah, I know who else I can talk to. I'm trying to actually showcase as many of these dialogues as I can. Hey, Thane.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Erica. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles. Not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Hirashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
So how'd she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians, a slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the shadow broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Erica woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle sleep. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. I let them linger.
Going by his own reasoning, of course.
You were operating on instinct. By your own rules, you can't blame yourself.
But I made the choice to hunt them. They're the only lives I've ever taken of my own choice. The only deaths on my own conscience. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Whoa. Yeah, this I guess would open up the romance part of, sorry, I was a little shocked that popped up. I want you, Thane. Yeah, if you want to romance Thane, I believe this is where you would do it. However, Clara is currently involved on, with Garrus. Sorry, I'm actually distracted, because he's got a very sweet romance, and heartbreaking, and angsty, and wonderful, but anyway.
You're talking to your son again. That's huge. Don't lose sight of that by dwelling on should-have-beens.
You are correct, of course. Thank you for listening, Siha.
I think my translator just glitched. What did you call me?
Siha. Someday I'll tell you what it means.
Siha. And yes, that actually does have a very specific meaning. I don't think we're actually going to get the chance to explore that because we're not going to be pursuing him romantically. But Siha means something like warrior angel, and it is a romantic thing. It is meant as a very sweet, romantic term of endearment, as well as a compliment on Shepard's skills as a warrior and a fighter and everything else. But anyway...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
On that note, we're out of time for this installment of Let's Play Mass Effect 2. But I hope to see you next time, where we poke around in yet another mission and draw ever closer to the end of the game. Hope to see you then.